Some of you noticed this Campagnolo work stand in my other videos and asked for a video on it, so here it is. The history of this stand and how I acquired it is kind of amazing. I first learned of these stands in Campy's 1974 catalog number 17, the one with the silver cover here, and I started looking for a used one, but I never saw one in person, let alone found one actually for sale. Most other mechanics and industry friends I asked about it had never seen one either. Later, in the 90s, I did get the mechanic's holy grail, a full Campy toolkit, and that fired me up to try harder to find the Campy stand because it perfectly complements the kit. I have another video all about the toolkit I'll link to at the end. By the time I got the toolkit, the internet was a thing, so I reached out again online, and one lucky day I got an email from a guy in the Czech Republic who had one. That was about 10 years ago. When I asked him how he got it, he told me this great story, which I'll now read from his email. Apologies if I pronounce the Czech names wrong. He wrote, "I am glad you're interested in the story of this stand. I got it from my neighbor, Mr. Jaromír Zak. This man was the coach of Anton Tkáč, Olympic gold medal winner in the 1976 Montreal Olympics and 3 times the world champion in sprint. He was too Czechoslovakia state trainer of track representation. I am cycling enthusiast and I meet very often this older man as he's walking with his dog. Once when I met him on my first self-build fixie, an old favorite steel bike, he told me he has maybe something for repairing and setting my bike. He took me in his greenhouse and there was the stand. He told me if I want it, I can have it for my workshop. I took it. I didn't know how rare it is and enjoyed for repairs on my favorite bike. 1 year ago, I purchased for my fixie a State Bicycle Company frame. Tubes of this frame are too thick for it and I haven't used for the stand anymore. I decided to offer it to someone who appreciates it. It is very likely that on this stand were repaired and adjusted bikes of Anton Tkáč and other Czech cyclists in the 70s. That's all I know, but this is maybe a better story than something about an insignificant workshop in my garage, isn't it? I was so excited after learning the stand's history, I would have paid whatever price he asked, and we settled on $550, including shipping, or right around there. A few weeks later, it arrived, and it's been one of my prized possessions since. It's a work stand and also makes a lovely display stand for bikes, which I've done at bike shows. Campy put some thought into this tool, and I believe it was aimed at race mechanics. It comes apart quickly so it can lay flat to fit in a small case or easily in the back of a vehicle. It's light too at only 14.5 pounds, 6.58 kilograms. The tripod base is quite stable because the legs are positioned to prevent tipping, and the bottom bracket support and down tube clamp hold the bike at exactly the right height for easy repairs. The bottom bracket support and clamp have leather attached to protect the frame when clamped. There are 2 little arms built in below the clamp that swing out to keep the front wheel from flopping side to side. The generous tool tray, which is a foot in diameter, 30 centimeters, holds plenty of tools. You position it so that the pedals don't hit it. At the bottom of the legs are little welded-on feet to provide a little more grip. The entire stand is made of steel. As far as I can tell, everything is original. You can see from the touched up paint and corrosion that it was used a lot. I added the rubber mat for the tool tray. It's not original to the stand. I hope you enjoy this beautiful stand and the history behind it. I'd love to learn more about these great stands, like how many are out there, how much they typically sold when new, and how and where they were used. Please comment if you have anything to share or with any questions. Until next time, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks!